for Ailes, the job of Trump's debate coach isn't that hard. He doesn't need to make Trump sound smart because he spent the last 20 years making voters dislike smart people. In a way, the Donald Trump campaign is the dark harbor Roger Ailes has been sailing toward his entire career. Trump's murky blend of politics and entertainment, plus a healthy dash of racist fear-mongering, are nothing but the cask-aged distillation of a poison Roger Ailes started brewing years ago. As soon as Barack Obama began emerging as a viable candidate for president, Ailes' network began the important work of delegitimizing him, which often meant updrafting fringe conspiracy theories into the mainstream.
There's some information in Inside Magazine that Barack Obama was raised a Muslim and went to a madrasa.
He attended a Muslim school, a madrasa.
One of the rumors is that he got sworn in on a Quran.
Right.
A father born in Kenya who was a Muslim.
Gave him the middle name of Hussein.
He grew up in a madrasa.
Right.
Financed by Saudis. They teach this Wahhabism, which pretty much hates us.
Well, I heard Obama is 40 feet tall and shoots red-hot Islam out of his eyes. Why isn't the mainstream media talking about that? On his propaganda machine disguised as a news network, Ailes exploited the fact that if a fringy falsehood is repeated often enough by people with good teeth and neutral accents, it's not considered crazy anymore.
Claims of rampant voter fraud, many of them involving Acorn.
Seniors speak out about worries that government advisory boards, what critics call death panels.
Now, since taking office, this administration has traveled the world apologizing for America.
Well, someone needs to apologize. Other countries can see this embarrassing crap on YouTube. World, we are not all like him, I promise. Ailes' greatest achievement, besides making viewers afraid of everything, was to breach the dam between the lagoon of right-wing fringe hog shit and the aquifer of information, so it all got mixed together. Oh, yum. Almost as delicious as the shit sandwich of white resentment Fox served up.
Everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone.
Look in the mirror, thug in chief.
Our president sitting with one of Africa's most wanted. It's not the first time he's had a hood in the big crib.
So what's with all the hoods in the hizzy?
Something tells me you're the one who owns a hood. Then in 2011, a failed QVC steak salesman named Donald Trump turned his frequent call-ins to Fox's morning show into a regular segment.
Bold, brash, and never bashful.
My message is a better message than anybody else.
Monday mornings with Trump on Fox and Friends.
In his very first week on the show, they even featured a segment called What Would President Trump Do? Well, yay, now we know.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Really? Then who would you give your health records to? That xenophobic garbage didn't come from Republican Party leadership. After 9/11, President Bush set the tone by vigorously defending people's right to walk around all Muslim-y.
I also want to speak tonight directly to Muslims throughout the world. We respect your faith. It's practiced freely by many millions of Americans and by millions more in countries that America counts as friends. Its teachings are good and peaceful, and those who commit evil in the name of Allah blaspheme the name of Allah.
I honestly never thought I'd miss anything about George W. Bush. A Republican president said those words 9 days after September 11th. 9 days when most of us did nothing but cry, give blood, and buy flags. If there was ever a time when hatred toward Muslims would have been accepted, it was then. But George W. Bush took the high road, and we followed him. Of course, if he were running for president today and said, I heart Muslims, he would be creamed, which would make his dog painting so much sadder. How did we get from there to here? Partly because Fox News has made it normal to shit on Muslims. Take the so-called Ground Zero Mosque. Fox took Pamela Geller, a no-name bridge and tunnel Islamophobe, and made her a star. Without Fox, a wacko like Pam would have stayed in the underworld of typepad blogs named for Ayn Rand books where she belonged. And the construction of a totally normal Islamic cultural center would have proceeded along with the usual 2 juiceries, 4 banks, and 9 stars buck, with banks inside them. But then Fox News put Pam on television again and again and again and again.
Why would you build a 15-story Islamic supremacist mega mosque looking down on the graveyard of Ground Zero? Why there? This is the second wave of the 9/11 attacks. This will be an effort to appeal to the imam to move this Islamic supremacist mosque in a building that is Ground Zero. Not 600 feet from Ground Zero, Eric. It is Ground Zero.
It is Ground Zero. I agree with you 100%, Pam Geller.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on whatever crazy thing you said. Just sorry, my coffee hasn't kicked in yet. That is a supposedly credible news voice casually affirming that the First Amendment doesn't apply to Muslims. All of a sudden, the Ground Zero Mosque, which should have been about as controversial as integrated schools, became a thing Americans could hate without shame.
No mosque, not here, not now.
Isn't it relaxing to just stop trying not to be racist? Ailes kept riling up the Republican base with emotional non-stories until the party itself felt it had to pivot and address their perpetually outraged demands.
Republicans originally thought that Fox worked for us, and now we're discovering we work for Fox.
Well, feel free to quit anytime, guys. Ailes' relationship with the Republican Party is hard to explain, but I'll try. See, like an alien pod, Roger Ailes attracted the GOP's interest, but oh no, he attached himself to the party's face and injected a lot of horrible stuff into them, and for a little while they felt fine, not realizing that Trump was gestating inside their party until, oh my God, it burst forth, killing the host and running for president. Oh, no. I really don't want to see the sequel. We'll be right back.